What's up, you guys, and welcome back to Talks with Tay with your favorite homegirl, The Taylor Made. I know I've been gone the last 2 weeks, but y'all, I'm working on it. That's really like it's not even an excuse. It ain't even BS. It's just literally like me being as honest as I can be. I am truly working on figuring out how to have the perfect work-life balance, how to adequately continue to grow and heal and maintain to all my necessary life responsibility and duties. And sometimes y'all like I'm not even gonna say things get out of whack. It just be certain areas in life be requiring more focus, and it takes away from my other areas, i.e., work. Because I don't know if I updated y'all yet this season, but your girl done moved up in her career. She in management now, and when I tell y'all, it's been a journey within itself. But I never related to something more. It's this post, and it be like I'm ready to quit the job that I asked God to bless me with, and y'all like, woo! Lord, Jesus, oh my gosh, like the responsibility is really working your girl. Everything is going cool though, it's working itself out, but yeah, the girl be having to step it up. So last 2 weeks I've been MIA, but I definitely been in my band. But we back this week, and we carrying on, continuing the conversation because of course I miss you guys. I know y'all miss me, and what better way to navigate being able to fluctuate with yourself, being able to get through life, taking on a big career achievement, and talking about being confident and how that works into everything that we're currently trying to do it ourselves, especially building a content lifestyle and being happy with that. So I'm gonna stop rambling and we're gonna go ahead and get into the conversation. All right. So confidence. And I'm gonna be real, if you know me, this is probably one of my favorite things to talk about. Like, I'm such a pro popular stuff person. Like, it's just something, I don't care what it is. It's just something about somebody feeling themselves. Like, I love somebody that just, you can't tell them about them. Like, I love people that know they all that in a bag of chips. Like, I know that's right. And that is mainly because literally when I say it just takes so much to exist in this world, even in the smallest of waking up and being able to say, I'm going to do today, it takes some sort of self-motivation, self-confidence to get up and go about your day. So when I meet people that are either full throttle in their purpose, full throttle and they bad with themselves, or just full throttle and believing in them, like, babes, I'm your biggest fan. Like, for sure. And when it comes to yourself, like, I have really been learning how imperative it is just to show up and cheer for you. Like, if you don't do nothing else in this world for yourself, make sure you advocate for your best self. I say it all the time, yourself is the best investment that you can ever make. So if you don't know how to love on that, you don't know how to cheer for that, you're going to have such a hard time navigating and structuring everything else. Even in the previous conversations we've been having about having faith and respecting individuality, if you can't be confident in God and the plan that He has for you, you're gonna dwindle. Because guess what? It ain't no walk in the park. Like, and I have to say this because you guys, when I talk about having faith, I really speak of it in the sense of giving God credit. Because I am the first person you should look at and know, like, anything I have to do, it comes from God, because I'm not somebody that always has done it right. In fact, I've been very loud and wrong in the past, but it has been through the grace and love of God that I've been able to get it right, and I can now speak from a different perspective, B, a better understanding, and C, just a new phase with myself, the way it's like, you know what? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was real cool. And I see where I was messing up at when I was trying to do things within my own strength and my own power. But I definitely see the benefit and balance that comes when I give it to God and I rest on Him and I'm assured in His plan and what He's doing. Because let me tell y'all something. Like, if you know me, you know, I said this before. I said this in last episode I believe I dropped. I'm one of the people, you couldn't tell me about me. Like, you still can't. And I don't say that in the sense of arrogance, but in the sense of knowing and being sure that I have a purpose. I have a reason for being in this world. And it's just like coming from places and moments where I wasn't always sure and I wasn't always confident in that, being to where now I can do it and do it with a humble spirit. Because like I told y'all in the conversation about faith, like, while you gonna know, while you gonna be, you're gonna say you're gonna know, while you're gonna be confident, you're gonna be trusting in what's going on, you're also gonna be humble about it. Like, being in a place now where I'm able to not only be humble, but also be confident, also be assured in the steps and things I'm doing for myself, like, it just motivates you different. it motivates you so different, even in the sense of like the recovery when things change or things get a little difficult. Like it's so different when you're not looking at it based off your own strength, because it's really nothing more disappointing than failing yourself. And that's why I always get into making sure that we have grace with ourselves and with others, because if anybody gonna disappoint you, you will disappoint yourself. And so if you're not able to healthily digest that, self-reflect on it, and then tailor it up with some confidence, like baby, every time something occurs in life, you're gonna be ready to up and quit. But again, you know what I'm saying, when you put your foundation, you put your trust in something greater than you, God, it really does all connect and start working itself together. And what I've really been seeing with contentment is just, it's a lot easier to be content with things when you happy with with what's at your table and what's going on. And I don't say that to say, like, you know what I'm saying, again, people are complacent, nor do I say that to say it like, oh, you think you better than other people or you got your nose in the air. But just when you really sit and you cool and you happy with you, like whether you up or whether you down, and you know, like, hey, you know what, hey, right now I'm on top of the game. Like, yeah, it's like that. And you can say that, and you don't have to say it and look at it and you using it and you judging it based off the progression or how other people are or aren't moving in life. When you say it and you can feel confident in yourself, and then when somebody else walk in the room and they have that same confidence about themselves, you don't feel the need to tone down or do it to yourself. Like, it makes a world of difference in just how you get up and you approach your day, how you get up and you approach yourself, how you get up and address your passions, having some confidence behind yourself. And I can't sit here and I feel like talk this episode out and give you guys a formula on how to be or become confident. I can more so just tell you how it works in your favor, because I'm super big on, like, you know what I'm saying, everything means something to somebody. And I say that to say how confidence digests and comes across for me and feeds for me in my life won't be how it feeds and digests for you. But I do feel like the simple understanding and just believing in yourself, being sturdy and strong in yourself, everybody can use a little piece of that, but it's up to you to take it from the conversation, take it from the video, take it out the chat, and apply it to your life. Like, I can't sit and be like, well, you need to be confident in this way and that way. Like, no. And I would do you, me, and this podcast a disservice and trying to make it black and white. So I ain't. But going back to the conversation, for sure, you guys, like, definitely. Confidence has truly been a thing. And I really have learned, too, as somebody that really talk a lot, like, you know, it is very much so true when they say, like, the most confident people truly, like, they quiet. Like, if they always talk about it, they always saying it, they ain't doing it. And I mean that only in the sense of, like, when it comes to all those what ifs, all those anxious thoughts, all that feeling need to defend yourself, it starts to dwindle down the more confident you become in yourself, because not only do you start recognizing and noticing your authentic and true worth, in that you start recognizing and noticing where your energy should and should not go. And when you know what's going on, you don't have time to worry about what ain't. And like, that is like, oh my God, that is just so powerful. That is such a great way to think and go about life, when you focus on what is and you're not focusing on what isn't. And of course, again, we are humans, so I can't say any of this to say like you're gonna become confident and you become invincible to like self-doubt, you become invincible to insecurities. No, you just become vigilant of them, and you're able to do this thing where you define the emotion don't define you. You know, we understand feelings aren't facts. Like, that's more so the angle and perspective of what I'm talking about when I say your confidence helps you start being able to filter what is and isn't important, which starts to help you become a little less anxious in life. You find yourself falling into a little bit less depression, like, you know. And again, this is not no like one way remedy. This isn't no like, oh my God, end all be all to it, nor is it something that happens overnight. Or in fact, confidence, I'm also learning, it look different for you, much like everything else in life. It just look different in every phase that you go in, because you're required to show it differently in each phase in life. And sometimes it's like, you know, what might have been confidence for you at one point in time, like, you know, you might have had to one time be more confident in what you were doing versus what you're saying. Like with me, okay, prior to where I'm at right now in management, I had to put a lot of my confidence in my work, because it was really nothing to be said but everything to be done. Whereas right now, like, I have to put a little bit more confidence behind my words, because now I'm leading a team. Now I'm over a program. So it's like, all right, shawty, like, yeah, the work has shown for itself. Now it's a new level of confidence that you have to grow into. And I think, like, for real, with being able to be content and like walking that thin line between like confidence and arrogance, you know what I'm saying? Humility and sleeping on yourself is really all about being able to be adaptable with yourself as you're moving from one phase to the next. Because if you stuck on like, and I call it athlete syndrome, and I'm not picking on athletes, but I just find this more common with people that had them glory days back in high school. Like they was like all that in a bag of chips. Like they do this thing where they get hung up and caught on that one phase in life, and they can't seem to remove themselves. They can't seem to realize like life has grown past that one great season that you have, and you're in a whole new season. And they do this thing where they carry a confidence about themselves that is no longer fitting for the phase of life that they in. And when it comes to being adaptable with yourself, like you have to be able to accept, you know what I'm saying, when you in your seasons of greatness and when you in your seasons of processing, when you in your seasons of change and adaptability. Much like on the flip side of that, you have those same people where they get stuck in the past. And I say these people, but I'm one of them too. Like that's the thing. I've been there and done that. I just they got to the other side, and I'm in the middle of trying to find balance between the two because again, we human. But back to the point of the video, like you have the other side of it, or the people where it's like, you know what I'm saying, they make a mistake, they mess up, and they just can't move past what they messed up at. Like it's 10 years later, and you still thinking about something that you did in freaking 2002. Baby, it's 2024. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. But if you don't have the confidence in yourself, you don't have the confidence in what God is doing, and you're able to navigate and recognize like, hey, I'm no longer in this season of being down bad or struggling. I'm in a season of knowing better and I can do better. I'm in a season of change. I'm in a season of growth and progression. And if you can't translate your confidence to match where you at in life, like when I just say y'all, like nothing is going to make sense. Like you would never feel a sense of adequacy within yourself. And of course, this all fits into the theme of contentment, because that's why we're talking about it. Because again, everything is constantly always changing. So like I just told you guys, you don't get caught up in one phase, but you learn how to adapt through each one. But through each one of these phases, there are some things I've learned that you have to carry with yourself. Most importantly, contentment. And in that, you got to be confident as you learn how to be content. Like just be, all right, you know what? Hey, today was a good day. Yesterday wasn't that great of a day. And I'm not saying anything to you guys that I don't actively practice, because even in putting up this episode, like, oh my gosh, 20-second pause, let me vent. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, like, how you gonna sit and put up this episode? Like, you be talking to these people about violence and all this stuff, and then you go miss it for 2 weeks. And it's like, girl, hold on. Like, 20-second talk about, run it back, pause. First of all, look at all of what you're doing right now in life. Like, I too will get a little caught up in it. B, like, let's have a little grace with yourself. Like, you're not gonna wake up and get it right every day. C, this is the whole purpose of Talk to Tay. To be authentic, to be honest about the process in life, even when it comes to being in your purpose and what it looks like, just giving yourself to the different and various things about yourself in life. It's like, it is not going to be 110 every single day. So not only would I do myself a disservice, I will also do this episode a disservice, feeling like I should have, or I needed to have posted it 2 weeks ago, when it's literally like, no, girl, you posted it when you were supposed to post it. Like, be confident in that. Still put the content out there. Like, don't be worried about how it looks, because again, we're not doing this for other people. You're doing it for you. You're doing it for the purpose that it serves. And so, I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to like low key verbally get on myself in front of y'all, because I be having to check myself so many times. Like, again, you guys, like when I get on and I'm talking on the podcast, it's really after I've done like 2, 3, 4 weeks, really, in some cases 5 years of like a deep dive analysis on myself, my feelings, and my interpretation of the world, or what certain things mean. And it's just like, I come on here and I'm giving you guys the summary of what all I've been thinking or growing to understand. And sometimes, just sometimes, like I get caught up, I get lost in the translation with myself, and I have to come back and draw myself back in. And so this was just one of those moments where it's just like, dude, like, it's been so much. It really has been so much to try to maintain the game. Like, cut a break on yourself, sister girl. That's all. So, my bad. Thank y'all for giving me the moment to like get my little rant off. But for sure, like, this episode has been all about confidence, and that's what we talking about. That's what we opening this week up. And I'm gonna apologize because it's me. Like, you guys, I am sorry though. Because at the end of the day, we're going to have a little accountability there, and I ain't going to act like there probably was about 2 moments within my schedule where I could have got an episode done and I could have had it up and ready, but just burnt out, tired, I ain't do it. So I ain't going to beat myself up for being burnt out and tired, but I am going to do something like this week, make sure I get this episode up. So definitely, I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope y'all stuck with me through some of the rambling mid-vents that we had this episode, and I look forward to seeing y'all next week when we come back to Toxic Tay. Because again, every day it's not perfect, but every day definitely is worth it. And we are continuing on our lifestyle series on understanding how to grow and be content with your life. And today was one of the several conversations that we'll be having about all of the amazing and gorgeous things that go into being content and how we figure out how to navigate and apply them to our lives and why they're so important to have. So I hope that you guys got something out this episode, and I look forward to seeing you next week on another episode of Toxic Tay with your favorite homegirl, the Taylor May.